Do I have anything special to say for the intro today? Not really. So let's just start off directly, shall we? What's going on, guys? My name is Rising, and welcome back to another gun guide for Call of Duty Mobile. In this series, we'll be focusing on in-depth breakdowns, tips, builds, and class setups for every single weapon in Call of Duty Mobile. And today, we'll be covering the M4 Assault Rifle.
The M4 in this game is based on the LVOAC assault rifle, which stands for Low Visibility Operation Application Carbine, designed on the AR-15 platform. The M4 in this game is a 4 to 6 shot kill weapon, dealing 26 damage in the initial damage range, which drops all the way down to 19. It looks like that there are some interesting body multipliers, however they do not reduce our shots to kill at all, apart from the final damage range where you have to hit 4 shots to the upper torso or arms to achieve a 5-shot kill, which is practically not worth it. Headshots are also quite useless on this weapon, as you have to land all 3 shots to the head in the first and second damage ranges to achieve a 3-shot kill, so it is definitely not worth aiming for the head unless you're working on some camo challenges. The rate of fire is 682 rounds per minute, which is slightly above average for an assault rifle. This means that your time to kill will be 264 milliseconds up close, which drops all the way down to 440 milliseconds. 264 milliseconds is not a competitive time to kill at all. However, if you can land those initial 3 shots to the head, you get a 176 millisecond time to kill, which is practically impossible to achieve. So far, the M4 looks pretty underwhelming on paper in terms of time to kill. Maybe it has a good range profile, which compensates for the unforgiving time to kill? Well, the 4-shot range extends just up to 22 meters, beyond which it's a 5-shot kill up to 35 meters. This is not a satisfactory damage range profile compared to the time to kill it offers. It kills slower than just about every other meta gun in the lobby. Let's have a look on the accuracy stats. The M4 has below average ADS bullet spread for an assault rifle, and for the hipfire spread also, it is quite standard for an assault rifle, and is not recommended to hipfire outside point blank. The hip flinch is slightly below average, and the bullet impact is standard for an assault rifle. Coming now to the recoil, it has a fairly simple pattern with a lean to the right. The shots are not so widely spread, which makes longer range gunfights easier to handle if you ever want to challenge encounters at those ranges. Coming to the handling stats, the M4 has above average aim down sight speed at 232 milliseconds, and the sprint to fire speed is standard for an assault rifle at 150 milliseconds. The mobility stats are also standard for an assault rifle, with the ADS movement speed slightly below average. The magazine capacity is standard for an assault rifle at 30 rounds with 120 in reserve. It reloads in 1.16 seconds with an empty reload time of 1.21 seconds, which is fair enough. And that covers all the base stats of the weapon. Till now, we have seen that the M4 does not excel in any particular area and is not even the jack-of-all-trades sort of weapon, unlike the case for most other Call of Duty games. You may be wondering now, is there any signature attachment that this gun features which can improve its overall performance? Well, there is one signature attachment for this weapon, which is the M203 grenade launcher, which is a single-shot 40mm underbarrel grenade launcher. The in-game description says that it turns the tide of the battle, but it doesn't, so don't use it. Unless you're going for some really nasty clips, this is a total waste of an attachment slot, and I'd better be using something more valuable if I ever want to use the M4.
Alright, so that covers all of the stats for the M4, and now's the time for some class setups that makes this weapon somewhat usable in ranked. The build that we offer comprises of the Tactical Suppressor for concealment, OWC Marksman for improved range, accuracy, and stability, No Stock for mitigating the mobility cons from the Marksman barrel, Granulated Grip Tape for improved accuracy, and the 40-round extended mag for improved magazine capacity. You can swap out the mag for Tactical Foregrip A for improved ADS bullet spread accuracy. With this build, we get a 35% range boost, which means our 4-shot kill range now increases up to 29.7 meters, while our 5-shot kill range increases to 47.3 meters. Technically, you can further increase the range with the monolithic suppressor, but that increases the bullet spread, which is already a major drawback on this weapon, and so it's better to use the tactical suppressor instead. As you can see, it still gets outperformed by most other meta weapons out there. The only region where the M4 has better potential time to kill is the mid-ranges, so you should be better using the gun at those ranges to make it somewhat viable. Here are the build attributes if you want to have a look. There's nothing really too extraordinary with this build, and I don't want to go over all the stats, so you can pause the video and have a look. As for an example class setup, for response we have the FHJ-18 for taking down streaks. We have the perk Greed Red as our wildcard, allowing us to carry 2 red perks, which we have Dauntless and Flak Jacket in this case. And for the other 2 perks, we have Quick Fix and Hardline. You may swap out Hardline for Firepower support if you want. For the lethal equipment, we have a Molotov Cocktail, and for the tactical, we have a trophy system. Operator skills and score streaks can be chosen as preference. For Search and Destroy, I prefer a melee for efficient lushing, although you may use a pistol if you want. The perks remain the same apart from using Dead Silence in the blue perk slot. We have a Contact Grenade as the lethal equipment and a Smoke Grenade as the tactical for blocking enemy lines of sight.
And with that is going to wrap it up on the gun guide for the M4. As for my thoughts on the weapon, I am kind of disappointed with the way it performs in this game. The M4 style weapons are always considered to be pretty strong jack-of-all-trades sort of options, which is not the case from this game. It kills slower than just about every other primary weapon in the lobby. Although the M4 has received considerable amount of buffs in the past, it still sucks in the game. To make it viable in the ranked scene, it desperately needs some improved body multipliers and an improved ADS bullet spread. I also low-key want to see a 9mm ammo conversion for the M4, which will make it perform more like an SMG. Nevertheless, the previous 2 buffs address its primary drawbacks and may rise the weapon from where it is right now. Overall, the M4 is a mid-tier assault rifle, and I won't really recommend using it in ranked since there are far better options than it, but still, if you want to give it a shot, feel free to.
And of course, those were just my thoughts on the M4. I'd love to hear from you guys. What do you think of this weapon? Do you enjoy using it in ranked, or you also feel the same thing as me? Just let your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you have any assault rifle in mind, let me know which one you want me to cover next. Make sure to subscribe and leave a like on this video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.